We're going to start tonight with dessert. You know those giant ice cream cones covered in chocolate and nuts that you can buy here at the Muni? They're called Rocky Mountains, but they're not made anywhere near the Rocky Mountains. They're all made at this little ice cream factory on South Grand. It's a place that makes a lot of different things, but not a lot of any one thing. But what they do, they tend to do very well. If the truck isn't parked outside, you probably wouldn't know you were at the Ronnie's ice cream factory. It's in the back of an apartment building that used to be a hotel, and Ronnie's is in what was once the hotel laundry room. So this is the main plant here?
This is it. It's been here since 1979.
It's not very big.
No, but good things come in small packages.
Well, yeah. And while you can technically call it an ice cream factory, when you see it, it feels more like an ice cream workshop. The operation is not very fancy, but some of the products definitely are.
Wild blueberry, mango, raspberry that we just made here, and chocolate sorbet. I'm going to start you guys out with a little passion fruit sorbet. This juice comes from Ecuador, okay? And I'm all for local farmers, but we just don't have many passion fruit.
Not a lot of passion fruit
Not
in
a
Missouri.
passion fruit guys in Missouri.
But there is a market for a good passion fruit sorbet. Ron Ryan makes sorbets and sells them under the Quizelle brand at some local grocery stores and makes all kinds of flavors for upscale restaurants. In fact, that's where he was first introduced to sorbets.
I had trained as a chef. I worked up at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel up in Chicago from 76 to 79. It was an all-French kitchen, and I had never seen these things before. Just take about 10 or 12 minutes, it's ready to go. And I only had ice cream like you, sherbet like you, like everybody. And I said, my God, if everybody in America had a chance to try this stuff, it's great because it's all based on fruit. You have raspberry sorbet, passion fruit shake. All your sorbets are based on, lemon, lime, whatever.
Ron Ryan is the guy who makes oatmeal stout ice cream for Schlafly's, and he makes a chocolate malt ice cream exclusively for J. Buck's. Man, I like that.
That's like the best chocolate malt you ever had in your life.
Wow.
That's killer.
Put a straw in that.
Yeah, I love it.
But it is Ronnie's Rocky Mountain that holds a special place in this town. Ryan was asked by the Muni to come up with an ice cream cone to sell at its concession stands. That was back in 1981. And this is about as much of an assembly line as you will get at this place. There's the chocolate and the nuts, the bag and the box. But it all starts with a very big scoop of Ronnie's vanilla ice cream.
Each second it's going to get
And when he
thicker
talks about what he makes, the process, the ingredients, he sounds like a chef. And sometimes, like when he's comparing Tahitian and Madagascar vanillas, he sounds like a wine steward.
This gallon costs $220. This is like a Burgundy. This is like a Bordeaux. This is very floral, okay, olfactory wise. It's like a really fine Pinot Noir. All right, now these come from Oregon, all right?
And he can go on and on about raspberries.
Raspberry is like the vanilla of sorbets. If you talk to anybody who makes sorbets of any quantity, they'll always say, let me taste your raspberry first. So this is a raspberry puree. That's all it is. There's nothing but, that's just...
It's not cooked up? It's
nothing,
not?
Zero. Never been pasteurized, never been touched. All right? So what you're going to do with this, we're going to take it up here. We're going to pour it up here in this basket. All right. All right.
This is the product that started it all. He had whipped up a small batch of raspberry sorbet for a friend. That, by the way, is lemon juice going in to enhance the flavor. He made the batch in his mother's kitchen with one of those small home ice cream makers. Now he's adding a syrup of sugar, water, and pectin, a binder. Well, the friend wanted more, and Ryan saw an opportunity. It wasn't that there was a great demand for raspberry sorbet, but neither was there a great supply.
There was only two people in the whole country making it. There was a guy in Washington, D.C., and a guy in Palm Beach, Florida, both French guys. So my friends, I had some friends that own this building, and they said, we have an old commercial laundry room we're not using anymore, and give it a go. So with $6,700, that was my savings. We started this up in July 20th of 79, and we're still doing it.
When he was starting out, it was a time when Americans who'd been raised on frozen food and canned vegetables were beginning to discover good cooking, cuisines, fresh ingredients, sauces, wines, and restaurants were going through big changes as well.
30 years ago, I started 29 years ago, we were way ahead of the curve with this, way ahead of the curve. And I'm talking about going to the top dog chefs in the city, and they weren't even aware that they thought it was an intermezzo that you served in a fine meal once a year after the wild boar pate or something. But now, you know, I'll tell you, there's some restaurant guys, they'll look at raspberry sorbet like it's blasé.
And so he adapts. Raspberry is still the foundation, but there's passion fruit and peach and blueberry and chocolate sorbets. And if a chef wants to try something new, he'll give it a shot. And when he offered us some samples, we were happy to accept.
This is a chocolate sorbet.
Chocolate sorbet. I would have told you to save it for last, but hey, you chocolate guys.
I'll come back to it.
Now try the raspberry with it. It should be really good.
Oh, yeah.
He'll keep turning out those Rocky Mountains. It is one of those things that's special because of its limited availability. He will take orders, but only by phone. There's no counter here, no cash register, and come to think of it, no front door. It is a place that's hard to find, but easy to appreciate.
Which one? Raspberry. You're right.
That's why we're having this conversation.
The raspberry. I don't have to swish it around and spit it out, do I?
No. This is...
Okay.